okay, we have something we call the physical heart. Okay, so we always talk about listen to the heart. Is it the physical heart? Okay.
I don't understand what's going on.
The physical heart beats something like 100,000 times a day, pumps something like 2,000 gallons of blood throughout 66,000 miles of blood vessel. 66,000 miles, 101,000 kilometers, which is 2.5 times around Earth. So it is basically, yeah, sorry? Yeah, that's what I said, 2.5 times around Earth. Can you imagine 100,000 times a day without fail? Can you imagine it fails one time, two times? Right. So you can see, so I remember this particular conversation I was having with him. He said, think about it. Then I was thinking about it, I was studying a little bit more. Then I realized something. It's one of the most important, what do you call, organs in our body, right? Can you imagine 100,000 times, 2,000 gallons? It makes you like wonder, amazing stuff. So then he said, think about this. If the physical heart can do so many things, right? Can you imagine what your spiritual heart can do? Then I started to talk about emotional heart. Okay, a lot of people when they talk about heart, you must listen to the heart. They are thinking I'm talking about the emotional heart. The emotional heart means the heart that is happy, sad, frustrated, angry, tension, and all those things. All the feelings, sadness, and everything. You notice something. The emotional heart, whatever the feeling is, it's never permanent. It is always fluctuating, always changing. So it cannot be the emotional heart, right? Now, if you want to talk about the intellectual heart, to be very honest with you, most people on this planet got no idea what it means by the intellectual heart. The reason why I say that is, our knowledge, our intellect is based on things that we have acquired outside. Okay, when you talk about listening to the heart, you're talking about inside. Now, inside you, there is an intellectual heart, a heart that knows, right? A heart that is fit with all the knowledge that you actually already need in order for you to pursue your life, and it's already there. Right? I'm not going to spend too much of time on this. In time to come, I can give you a clue. How do you get to know this intellectual heart? It's not going to be so nice, but I'm telling you, is by discarding what? The external knowledge that you have acquired. The external knowledge you have acquired, you need to divest it, you put it out, get rid of it, then you get to see. The intellectual heart works best when baby is born. In that baby it works really well. Then of course, after that is something you call the spiritual heart. Then he asked a beautiful question. You're asking me to explain to you why we should be listening to the spiritual heart when you have yet to understand the physical heart, you have yet to understand the emotional heart, yet to understand the intellectual heart. So if these three, the smaller ones, you can't understand them, you don't know what they're all about, how are you going to understand something called a spiritual heart? Which makes sense, right? Like somebody asked Stephen Hawking, I think, this question, something like this. What was there before time and space? That means what was there before the Big Bang, right? Then he said there's only one way to answer this, to be at that place. When there's no time and there's no space. When you're there, you will get the answer. When you're inside the thing called time and space and the three-dimensional world, how are you going to figure out something which is outside it? It doesn't make any sense. But you know the mind, right? It likes to wonder and do all these things. So similarly over here, rather than asking why we should listen to the spiritual heart, it's so much more better to do this. He said this, I still remember, he said something like this, not exact words, something similar to this. This is what I said. You want to know why you need to follow the spiritual heart. There's only one way. Follow it first. Right? You follow it first, you get there, then you figure it out. Then he said something else. When you figure it out, when people ask you, please explain why we should. You know what you will say? You just follow. And one fine day you reach there, then you'll figure it out.